What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about some Quantic Dream news. I guess they issued a statement, I think it was later last night, sometime over the last 24 hours, and they basically tried to put to bed a couple of the claims that's been made about the studio. Now, I have a couple different things to say about both of them. There's really two parts, right? The first part is the delay of Star Wars Eclipse, the game coming out in like 30 years and all that. And the second part of that is they're struggling to find talent, right? They have a lot of job postings and people aren't, I guess going there. Maybe it's because of the workplace culture, whatever. So those have been the two kind of narratives being said about the studio and about the game ever since, I guess, Star Wars Eclipse was announced at the Game Awards. Well, their statement on the delay was kind of interesting, so let's read that one first. Star Wars Eclipse has not been delayed because Quantic Dream never announced or promised a launch window for the title, and that was the end of. And we'll stop there because the rest of it goes into the hiring. So it begs a question that I have tried to answer on my own. And this is just my opinion, and it's okay if we see it different ways. But I've always said that I don't think that actually matters, right? In my opinion, I think their excuse, okay, if we're going to call it that, is saying, well, we never gave you a date. So the game can come out in literally 9 years from now, and you can never say to us, it's been, now, okay, 9 years is an exaggeration, but I'm using it to try to prove a point, right? It comes out 9 years from now, and they say, well, it was never delayed once because we never told you the original date. See, I think that's BS. I don't really think that's how it works. I think they have an internal date, right? Right now, if they're working on it, when they're working on it, whatever, they know that they're trying to release it in X year. If the game was planned for 2025, 2026, they know that. So if the game then comes out in 2027, they internally, so yes, it's not a external delay, but I believe games can get internally delayed, right? I would make that point with literally anything, but that's how I guess I would prove my point, is like, well, yeah, you didn't give a date, but like, if you were expecting it to come out in 2025, let's say, and now the rumors, the insiders, right, they're saying, say, 2026 or 2027, that would be a delay. Just because you didn't say anything, again, that doesn't mean then you could say, well, the game comes out a decade from now, and it was never delayed once. No, clearly it was, just you didn't say it out loud, but it was still a delay. So that's, I could keep going around in circles there, but I won't bore you. The second part, now I will say this, if I had to, award a point or something, I would honestly give that one almost like a tie, or say I don't really think that discredits, say, Tom Henderson or Account NGT, right? These are really the two people that have talked about this game, that it is delayed, that they're working on 3 games, which, by the way, they got right, because Quantic Dream, officially said we're doing 3 different games, okay? So they said that. They said the game's delayed. They said they're having trouble making it. They said that there's the other 2 games are going to come out first before Star Wars Eclipse. So this press thing is to discredit the insiders. And by the way, I don't have any alliance to these two, okay? Tom Henderson and Account NGT. If they're wrong, they're wrong. If they're right, they're right. But I do just want to say, for the delay thing, I don't really think it, proves that they were idiots, that they're just making stuff up. I don't think it shows that. The other part, though, I do think actually helps Quantic Dream out and does show a little bit of maybe they were exaggerating or maybe they didn't look deep enough, and let's go through that. So the second part is that basically they're just struggling to get workers. Well, they gloated, Quantic Dream, that said they announced its hiring of over 50% of its workforce across Paris and Montreal offices just in the last year. Just in the last year, they've hired 50% of their workforce for those 2 offices. So that's pretty. And they say job postings can be deceiving. Recruiting remains active as it works on Star Wars Eclipse, third-party publishing, and unannounced projects. I think in a different part of that statement, they also said, we grew a ton in 2021, and then 2022, we're also looking for more people. So here's what I'll say for that. I do think, because I even broke down, Tom Henderson did a thread. I think he actually did an article where there is some shady stuff going on with job postings. There were jobs that were posted a year and a half ago and then basically taken down and re-uploaded and given a, so it says upload date when it says oh, we're looking for this lead programmer, let's just say, right? And instead of saying, well, we've been looking for one since June of 2021 or June of 2020, what we're going to say is that we're going to take that away, re-upload the job, and say that we just posted it today. Like, we're now just looking for one. So there has been, I would say, pretty good evidence to suggest that stuff has been happening. So again, I won't give it fully to Quantic Dream, but like, I'm not going to doubt their statistics, right? I would say this to kind of like meet somewhere in the middle. I would say they're trying to grow extremely big and extremely fast. And while they are getting people, they're not getting everybody. I think that's kind of honestly a happy medium, right? I don't doubt that they've hired a lot of people in the last year, because that's literally what they said, and I do believe that. But on the other side, I feel like they probably wanted more people, you know what I mean, that they didn't get. Hence, these job postings that have been available for a year and a half that they're trying to disguise. Now, and maybe, maybe some of that stuff is wrong as well, but there is no doubting that there's a lot of jobs still on their site. So they are still looking for an enormous amount of people that seemingly aren't applying or aren't being hired, right? But again, I think that's kind of a story you can kind of meet in the middle. So, hey, look, neither of these really say too much. Even people pointed out, in the talking of, well, it's not delayed because we didn't give a release date. Well, you also didn't say when it was coming out. You don't make it sound like it's coming out soon, right? Even in their own statement, they say, well, it's not delayed because we didn't give a date. But also, well, yeah, but it's still probably like 2026. It's still probably 4 years away at the minimum, right? So we're still going to have to wait a long time. I believe the rumors that we're going to get the other games first. So like Star Wars Eclipse will not be the next, Quantic Dream game that comes out, which, whatever. They announced it way too early. I'll always think that, but I'm not going to like despise them for it. I'll forget it exists, and I'll come back in a couple of years when they bring it back to life. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video.